of late, I've noticed an odd trend on the left where people will refer to trans people as being the sex they identify as rather than the sex that they are. This happens all the time online. I guess the most famous example recently would be Abby Thorne's coming out video, where she explicitly refers to herself as female, which is, at least by the usual definition of female, factually incorrect. So there's only two possibilities here. One, this is deliberate deception, or two, they've changed the definition. Now, why would they be trying to deceive people? Well, actually, it's the same reason as why they would want to redefine it. In either case, what they're attempting to do is get people to refer to trans people as if they were the sex they identify as, rather than the sex they actually are. This has been a continual project on the left for a long time. You can go back to the old days, so to speak, when they were trying to, separate gender from sex, to try and get people to say, well, a trans woman might not be female, but they are a woman, etc. Now they've just ditched that. They seem to have accepted defeat on that front and have just gone, no, you know what? Woman, female, they mean the same thing, but a trans woman is female, either because I'm trying to lie to you, or I've changed the definition of female to be identifies as the reproductive role formerly known as female that we no longer have a word for because I've redefined the word female, rather than actually embodying that reproductive role. Now, I get what the point is. The point is that trans people have dysphoria, and it causes them a lot of psychological trauma, as it might when every day you feel like you're trapped in a body you're not supposed to have. But that doesn't mean that everyone else is a bigot for simply stating the facts. Assuming they're not trying to redefine the word female or male, there is nothing incorrect at all about referring to a trans woman as male. Or, well, that might actually be debatable because it depends on whether you want to be originalist about it or not. Like, if it's not reversible, like if they've had reassignment surgery, so there's no going back, you could argue, are they actually male? Like, they can't actually fulfill that reproductive role anymore. But they're definitely not female, because you don't get to choose that. That's not up to you. And since we're now apparently back to using woman equals female human, that means they're still a man, even if they don't identify as one. And they may not like to hear that. It may hurt them a lot. But that doesn't mean it isn't true. It just means that they can't deal with it. Now, the other possibility, that they've changed the definition of female, is dumb, because that means we don't have a word anymore for that reproductive role. And given that every macroscopic organism on the planet reproduces sexually, it's rather handy to have words that correspond to those reproductive roles. So redefining male and female to not mean those reproductive roles is fucking dumb. And I'm sorry, I'm not willing to give up such fundamental biological concepts to make trans people feel better. And if that makes me an asshole, so be it.